everything. Like, how did Aakriti end up with La Liga?
Okay. Taruka, I mean, I've been in the industry for a while now. It's been over a decade since I've been working in the sports industry in India. And in fact, La Liga has been really formative in my career journey. So I've been with La Liga ever since their inception, the inception of their office in India, which was in early 2017, late 2016. And it's been a great journey for me to understand, some such a prestigious league coming to India, building their brand and being involved in that operation has been instrumental in sort of strengthening and shaping up my career, if I may say so. Although I began in 2010 with the Commonwealth Games, that was my first journey. I went on to work with the Golf Federation of India. I've done the Indian Premier League, and after that, so I've had my varied experiences in various sports. But then when I reached football, I started consulting first, and then of course La Liga happened, and football is my passion, and ever so happy and thankful for the opportunity that La Liga has given me, and yeah, upwards and onwards journey with that.
And Aakriti, you've been, like you said, involved in La Liga since its inception. So, if you
Yes,
would like to narrate, the growth you've seen from then to now of
sure.
La Liga in our country.
Yeah, for sure. Would you like me to give you like a general summary of what La Liga has been doing in so many years? Does that work for you?
Yes,
It
absolutely. Yes,
gives
and
you a
you
nice
can talk about,
perspective. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
sure.
definitely. I mean, from your perspective, how you've seen that growth,
Yeah,
how people not knowing much about the league, what it's
right.
doing in India, to now everyone being aware of,
Yeah,
its presence in our
sure.
country.
For sure. Taruka, we started the internationalization of La Liga in the early 2017, which is when the inception of the office also happened in India. So, just like India, there are around 8 to 9 offices all across the globe, and there are around 45 to 50 delegates, just like myself. We all belong to the international department, and the key markets have an office, and India is one of them, where we have a office here because we saw the potential of the country in terms of what it could do. How is it different? How it was different for us was wherever La Liga is present in general, um, in those countries, mostly football is the mainstay. But as you would understand, in India, it's a complex sort of ecosystem with cricket really enjoying 85% of the market share. So for any international league, for national leagues of other sports, everyone's competing in that tight 15%. So we had to make sure that our pillars of growth and strategy were aligned to make sure that we can do that effectively. So one of the key pillars for us was bridging the gap between cricket and football, for which early on in La Liga's journey, we were fortunate enough to associate with Rohit Sharma, a captain. He's been in the history of La Liga the only non-footballing ambassador of La Liga. So that was a very fruitful association for us. Helped us a lot to bring cricket fans to also start loving the game of football and watching La Liga eventually. We also have done, this season we worked with the IPL team Gujarat Titans on their grassroots programs with the kids. It was called Junior Titans. So we keep doing these interactions with cricket. We've hosted some cricketing legends in Madrid as well, made them watch games, and had them as our special guests in our game. So that's the bridging of cricket and football journey that we've had really. Apart from that, localization of digital content has been very relevant for us with the Spanish Football League back in the day before the inception of the international program. There was a little bit of there was a language barrier. An Indian fan was not made to feel special, but today we have, we wish, we make an Indian fan feel connected to the league by special messages from players, contests that have trips to Spain and various other things that we do digitally to ensure that we are connected to the Indian market. We even do virtual PR media calls. I'm sure you've had the time to be on one of them maybe. So we connect with the media as well through our digital calls. So that's something that's been key for us. We've seen a huge growth. When I started, there was 300,000 followers. Today we have over 8 million. So it's been, a multi-fold percentage growth, over 2000% growth for us. Apart from that, partnering with, say, like-minded stakeholders, whether it's our broadcaster today, the new sporting destination, Viacom 18. We are La Liga is shown on Sports 18 and Geo Cinema. And today, as you know, Sports 18 and Viacom 18 has become the next sporting destination. So that's been a very fruitful journey for us. We work with brands like Dream 11, BKT Tires. BKT Tires is our global partner. Dream 11 is our regional fantasy partner. We've also worked with an edtech brand called Hero Wired in the past. We keep doing collaborations, whether it's with the Reliance Young Champs, HT IFA, we've done the Legends Cup. So the idea is to associate with partners who have mutual synergies. We are always talking to governments, football associations, and the idea is to build long-term partnerships in the country because that's what's relevant for us. Another thing that one thing very close to my heart is our La Liga Academy Schools project, which was formerly known as the La Liga Football Schools project. It's a pan-India project. We're in 14 cities. We have over 30 coaches, 31 centers. We've trained over 3,500 boys and girls. And it's something that we intend to grow and build. It's not just a grassroots program for us, but it's also a branding initiative for us. I'll get into the details later if you want, that how we use it as a two-pronged strategy for us. And finally, it all boils down to actually making the fans experience the magic of La Liga. So we've done El Clasico screenings ever since we've come to India and hosted over 50,000 fans in Delhi, Mumbai, and Calcutta over the years in our journey in India. So yeah, these are the few key points that we've done to make sure that we are relevant. And for us, the idea is not to just build our brand in the country, but to also proactively be participating in growing football, professionalization of football in the country.
Aakriti, that's like an amazing sort of how you narrated the journey of La Liga. I want to understand, football is still not as popular in the country. Obviously, the popularity is growing day by day. We have ISL, etc. Now the leagues are coming. International brands, obviously, they have India as a very big focus. So, what are the challenges you have seen, which has sort of inhibited the growth of football in our country? And what can be done to further increase the viewership, at grassroots level also have more players compete, play football, etc. Because I'm sure with schools also, since you run those schools, La Liga schools, you would know what are the challenges associated, why. So the number has maybe increased, decreased. What is the overall scenario for football in our country? And do you think what kind of growth lies ahead?
See, Taruka, if you ask me, as I started my answers, I told you that 85% cricket, we are a unique sporting culture. We have a unique sporting culture in India. And yes, it's true that cricket has the lion's share in the country. But definitely football is second to none. in the country, and what has been done by whether it is FSDL, whether it's AIFF, whether it's the leagues coming together, I League, Indian Super League, all of it coming together as an ecosystem, changes in the football, All India Football Federation in the few last years. It's all coming together and taking football in a positive direction, if you ask me. Challenges, if you ask me specifically what we have faced, I can speak for La Liga. As I told you, language barrier, which we've been able to overcome to make the fans feel special. And it's you are an international league in a country to get accepted to build further, and hence we have such a specific and pointed strategy towards working towards those challenges and overcoming them in the coming years. If you talk about, you said that you're asking, I think the future for Indian football is super bright. We are in the right direction. Focus is being given on grassroots. And something that's very relevant and important is the chance of taking part in actual competition, which we really promote, like whether so, just to give you two examples, what La Liga does specifically, one is, like I said, the La Liga Academy Schools project, which is the La Liga Football Schools project. One beautiful story, and you'll be very happy to hear this because there's this superstar girl who first was a student in the La Liga Academy Schools. She went on to play for the Under 17 World Cup. Then she got a fully paid scholarship in La Liga's Madrid center for 1 year, which she's about to finish now. And she's now become the youngest player in the senior team. So it's been a journey for us. And as I was telling you, that La Liga Football Schools is not just a grassroots initiative or a branding initiative. It's also a branding initiative. We catch kids young, teach them the La Liga way of playing. They become fans of the league, and eventually they become spokespersons of the league. So today for us, Kajol D'Souza is like a superstar in the country, and we are so proud of her journey. And we want to have more and more of such journeys in our process of building the brand in the country. So that was one thing that was interesting. And then what I was sorry, what were we talking about, Taruk? I completely missed what we were talking about.
We were just talking about, the future of football, but I think
Yeah.
what you said, the
So,
journey.
yeah, sorry. So, because I went into telling you about what La Liga. So, this is something. See, this is the future of football. This is where, the ecosystem is growing, and we are helping the ecosystem grow in our small way.
Super. And Akriti, you earlier mentioned about the marketing and branding strategy and about the strong strategy. If you could just tell me more a little bit, then I'll come.
Yeah, so that's what I told you, right? So it's a two-pronged strategy because La Liga Academy Schools is a grassroots initiative where we focus on developing skill and giving a platform for young students and kids to sort of pursue professional levels of football by understanding and learning through the Spanish curriculum and through the coaches and everything. And how is it a branding initiative? As I told you, we catch them young. We first make them fall in love with the game, and then we make them, fans of the La Liga way of methodology. We teach them, nurture their talent, and they also start becoming loyal fans of the league. And the pull of the league is as it is. I mean, we are the best league in the world, so you get pulled into or hooked into watching La Liga, and eventually you become spokespersons for us. As I told you, Kajal D'Souza is one of our examples here. She's a star now, and so that's the journey we've had. So that's the two-pronged strategy when it comes to La Liga Academy schools that we really focus on.
Kajol is a great example, Akriti. And is there a specific, focus on having more women play football? Is that a part of the strategy where you try to, have balance in the numbers?
Right. So, Taruka, I mean, we don't focus on saying but first, La Liga football schools has a very good number of girls participating, and as I told you, we've given a fully paid scholarship to a girl. Apart from that, through our foundation, La Liga Foundation, we support this. Vicente Ferrer Foundation in Anantapur, Andhra Pradesh. And we work with the Rural Development Trust there, where we support their rural league, which is boys and girls playing in their various mandals in the rural area. So that's a beautiful program that we support. And there, in collaboration with them, we've launched the first ever fully residential academy for girls. So 20 girls every year given a full scholarship where the academics is taken care of, where their football training is taken care of. And what we take pride in this is it's not about just training them for football, but it's about what we want to impart through football, which is, the positive aspects of life in general. So that's a beautiful project. And with that, of course, the focus on women's football comes. Having said that, I think in India, huge opportunity. Women's football has huge opportunity. They're anyway performing better than the men's team if you see from a ranking perspective. And I wish to see them grow and flourish in the coming years.
Okay. And Aakriti, La Liga are there any government partnerships like state level? For example, I work with the state of Uttar Pradesh. Okay, and I'm a
Sorry,
former
Taruka, your voice broke. Can you say that again, please?
Yes. Is there any way you're partnering with state government also? Partnering with them to have these schools in states, in multiple states. Say, for example, in UP, where I work, I can talk
Right,
about it. I've been an athlete, I've played Asian Games. But
right.
when it comes to football, we also run a football academy, by the way, for our
Yeah.
students. But we
Oh,
don't,
wow.
we don't have like a structured way, like obviously a La Liga would have. So is there any scope of state partnership, collaboration, you've
Definitely.
done or looking at?
Definitely. In fact, this season we'd signed a letter of intent with the West Bengal government to do long-term development of their football ecosystem by looking at, training in the state. Although it was a letter of intent and there are talks to do that in future, we are definitely always looking at whether it's state associations, whether it's the Football Association of the country, which is All India Football Federation, and other stakeholders in football to come together to do long-term programs because that's something that's very important for us. Also, our clubs, in fact, the La Liga clubs have long-term partnerships, not with states, but with they have partnerships in different states with different local partners. So, if I talk about Sevilla FC has a long-term partnership with Bengaluru United, which is a second division I-League club in Bangalore, and it's a long-term partnership. Alchemy Academy in Bangalore has a long-term partnership with Villarreal. The All India Football Federation does a AIFF Masters, and our club Cadiz has a partnership with them in that. You know about Atletico Madrid having first a partnership with the Kolkata franchisee. Then they moved on to the Tata Football Academy in Jamshedpur and did a long-term grassroots project. And now they're doing a second division I-League club, which is Interkashi in UP to again, a long-term project. So that's the thing. Our intent, whether it's the league, whether it's our clubs, is to be in India for long. And it's not about just building our brand. It's also about proactively contributing to the development and professionalization of football in the country. We have a proper sports projects department in Madrid We have very strong training and methodology, very structured, and definitely very happy to have that conversation. I'll ask